Hello everyone. What are the ambitions of the project to build a large dam in Burkina Faso under President Ibrahim Traoré? In this video, we explore in a factual and calm manner the origins, recent developments, and challenges of this infrastructure project, often presented as one of the most ambitious in Africa. Stay tuned for a clear and objective analysis. To understand the significance of the dam project announced under President Ibrahim Traoré, it is necessary to place this initiative in the historical and political context of Burkina Faso. This West African country, located in the heart of the Sahel, faces major structural challenges: widespread poverty, growing insecurity due to armed groups, and limited access to electricity and water for a large part of its population. With a semi-arid climate, Burkina Faso relies heavily on its water resources for agriculture and drinking water supply, two essential pillars of its development. Since its independence in 1960, Burkina Faso has sought to develop its infrastructure to meet these needs. Under the presidency of Thomas Sankara, 1983 to 1987, often cited as an inspiration by Traoré, the country emphasized self-sufficiency and natural resource management. Sankara promoted small dam projects to support local agriculture, although these were limited by the financial resources at the time. These initiatives laid the foundations for a development vision focused on self-reliance, a theme echoed by Traoré since coming to power in September 2022, following a coup against Paul-Henri Sandaogo Damiba. Ibrahim Traoré, 37, the world's youngest head of state, focused his speech on economic sovereignty and breaking away from external dependencies. His administration has notably moved away from traditional partnerships with institutions like the International Monetary Fund, IMF, and the World Bank, favoring a self-financing approach for national projects. This stance is part of a regional trend, where countries like Mali and Niger, Burkina Faso's partners in the alliance of Sahel states, are also seeking to strengthen their economic and political independence. Diplomatically, Burkina Faso under Traoré has reoriented its alliances. After breaking with France and ECOWAS, Economic Community of West African States, the country has moved closer to Russia and other non-Western partners. These relationships have made it possible to explore new financing and technical expertise for infrastructure projects, including in the energy and water sectors. The dam project, although still in its preliminary stages, is part of this dynamic of sovereignty and endogenous development, with an emphasis on improving access to electricity and water resource management. Burkina Faso's water situation is also crucial. The country depends on several rivers, such as the Nakambi and the Muhaun, but suffers from significant seasonal variations. Existing dams, such as the Ziga Dam, are insufficient to meet growing irrigation and energy needs. A large dam could transform this reality, providing a sustainable solution for agriculture and electrification, while reinforcing Traoré's image as a visionary leader, in the tradition of figures such as Sankara. The project to build a large dam in Burkina Faso, often touted as the largest in Africa, has generated considerable interest, although details remain sketchy. Under President Ibrahim Traoré, the project is part of a series of initiatives aimed at transforming Burkina Faso's economy and addressing the urgent needs of the population. Announced as a priority by the government, the dam aims to generate electricity, improve agricultural irrigation, and ensure a stable water supply in a country where, according to World Bank estimates, approximately 45% of the population lacks access to electricity. Available information indicates that the project is still in the planning phase. In 2025, the Burkinabe government made numerous announcements regarding infrastructure projects, particularly in the energy and agriculture sectors. In a public statement in March 2025, Traoré emphasized the importance of energy self-sufficiency, stating that Burkina Faso must exploit its natural resources to reduce its dependence on energy imports. Although the exact site and technical partners of the project have not yet been officially confirmed, discussions with Russian and Chinese investors have been reported in local media, reflecting the country's new geopolitical orientation. The dam, if completed, would potentially surpass in scale projects such as the Ziga Dam, built in the 2000s to supply Ouagadougou with drinking water. Traoré's ambitions appear to be inspired by regional megaprojects, such as the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, GERD, Inaugurated in September 2025, the latter, with a capacity of 5,150 megawatts, has demonstrated the potential of large dams to transform energy access and strengthen national unity. Traoré could seek a similar impact by mobilizing the population around a unifying project, financed in part by national contributions, similar to the bonds issued for the GERD in Ethiopia. Diplomatically, the project has attracted attention due to Traoré's stance. At a summit of the Sahel Alliance of States in May 2025, he discussed regional infrastructure projects to strengthen cooperation between Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. The dam could thus be part of a broader vision of integrated development, where the energy produced would benefit not only Burkina Faso but also its neighbors. However, no formal agreement on the sharing of water or energy resources has been made public to date. Logistical and financial challenges remain significant. Burkina Faso faces persistent security instability, with approximately 40% of its territory under the influence of armed groups, according to United Nations estimates. This situation complicates the implementation of large-scale projects. Moreover, the cost of such a dam, estimated at several $billion for comparable projects, raises the question of financing in a country with limited resources. Traoré's decision to reject aid from the IMF and the World Bank could limit options, although partnerships with countries like Russia or China could fill this gap. The dam project in Burkina Faso raises several challenges, both nationally and regionally. First, it reflects Traoré's ambition to mark his term with concrete achievements, in a context where the legitimacy of his government, which emerged from a coup d'état, rests on its ability to improve living conditions. Electrification and agricultural irrigation are critical priorities in a country where the majority of the population depends on subsistence farming. A large-scale dam could stabilize water supplies, increase agricultural production, and provide electricity to rural areas, thereby reducing disparities between urban and rural areas. Economically, the project is part of Traoré's resource nationalization strategy. Inspired by his gold refinery initiative, which opened in 2023 to process 150 tons of gold per year, the dam could be financed by internal resources, such as government bonds or mining revenues. This approach reinforces the narrative of economic sovereignty, but it carries risks. Infrastructure projects of this magnitude require technical expertise and rigorous management to avoid the pitfalls of corruption or delays, which are common in African state-owned enterprises. Regionally, the dam could have implications for relations with neighboring countries. Unlike the GERD in Ethiopia, which has sparked tensions with Egypt and Sudan due to its impact on the Nile, Burkina Faso is not located on a major transboundary river. However, water resource management in the water-scarce Sahel may require coordination with countries like Mali or Niger, particularly if the dam affects the Nakambi or Muhaun basins. Successful regional cooperation would strengthen Burkina Faso's position within the alliance of Sahel states, but differences over benefit sharing could emerge. Finally, security instability poses a major challenge. Building a dam in a region affected by violence could be disrupted, and protecting the site would require significant resources. Moreover, the project could become a political symbol, attracting the attention of armed groups seeking to destabilize the government. Traoré's ability to secure the country while moving forward with this project will be crucial to its success. Ibrahim Traoré's dam project embodies an ambitious vision for Burkina Faso, combining sovereignty and development. Its economic, social, and regional implications are generating considerable interest. Only time will tell how this project will shape the Sahel landscape and Traoré's legacy.